necessarily our intent to see like, well, how much, how can we raise the stakes to, we keep the show very, very grounded in reality, and it's really the circumstances that are in the orbit of Harry Bosch that inform the intensity of the show. And I feel like, 10 years, 7 years of Bosch, and then 3 years of Legacy, this being the final season, I feel like it's one of our strongest seasons. So it's good to go out on a high note. No, it does not feel like a decade. It seems like we started doing this show really like yesterday. I mean, there's a kind of a consistent energy and the collaborative effort, and it's just been an experience of pure joy. And despite the fact, that you work long hours and everything, we formed a family, for lack of a better word, of artists, and that time goes by quickly, and you never know, right? It's nothing would make me happier than to get a call to say, you know what, we've decided we're going to continue in some shape or form. That would be thrilling, but it is the nature of the beast, right? Or as my father would say, it's daddy's field and it must be mowed. And so I got to sort of sit back and hope for the best, but life goes on. Detectives, obviously, that are investigating, doing this work day in and day out, how do they process it mentally? Because it's impossible to not look into the darkness, into the abyss, and not have some of that penetrate you to a certain degree. And so I think on some level that kinship has helped me be able to process some of my own personal trauma. So it's kind of a, and that sounds odd because I'm acting and playing this trauma. It's not like, the process of acting is like having your own personal talking doctor, right? But there is emotional nuance that exists within that character that I feel that helped me grow as a man.
I like the way you guys just kind of scrolled your way in front of you.
No, I'm watching you.
Lost, Sons of Anarchy, The Good Wife, Deadwood, NYPD Blue, the shows that I've done, Suits, so many to list, but there are also shows like Lost that take on a whole different level of it. It's almost oddly cultish to a certain. That still continues, and now that's had a resurgence of interest because Netflix re-released the series, and they did the same thing with Suits, and so it's nice when these things get another round of life in them.